Skol, state of mind. We analyze how you play the line. Purple and yellow, we on the grind. D was the host and he's taking time. With expert opinions, we moving dominion. If passion is in you, then let's go continue. Bank on it just like a stadium venue. The topics we serving up just like a menu. We in our prime, high stepping. You feel the seat like it's cold peppers. Harder like Carter, but keep it smiling. Like this was the catch number 1,000. The show you gon' love it. You better tell your mama, cousin. The internet's talking and buzzing. So pull up a chair and just grab a drink. About the Vikings, tell us what you think. Cause we in our Skol, state of mind. We analyze how you play the line. Everything purple and yellow, let's take it up a level. Start the show, yeah, it's time.
Yo. Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Man, I just thought that, hey, look, I had to get on this live real quick because it's been a lot of talk about this whole JJ McCarthy situation. And I just really feel like this. It's time to cut the bullshit, right? We got to cut the bullshit as football fans, as Viking fans, whatever fan you are. Even if you're a fan of just looking at media and articles, it's time to cut the bullshit because, look, we already in OTAs. You can't really make a determination of what's going on with this team in OTAs. Just shirts, T-shirts, whatever it is, and shorts, whatever, right? So let's just calm down on all this drama surrounding the quarterback competition. It seems like every other day there's a new article stressing about JJ McCarthy. And I just got to ask you guys this. How much of this shit is either fact or fiction? Like, for real. Do you guys not know how to read a report? Do you guys not know how to look at it and say, like, oh, that's just somebody, creating a narrative because it's slow right now? But I got my boy TB here with me. We're going to dive into it, man, see what's really going on. What up, TB? How you doing this afternoon, man?
D Woods, what's going on? What's going on, man?
Man, just like I started earlier, man, it's time to cut the bullshit, man. It really is, man. I'm just like, I don't know if you watched the Let's Go thing yesterday. I jumped on there and I was telling those guys when I was like, hey, man, I'm about to be brutally honest with y'all. Like, y'all know how I feel about Kyler Murray. Y'all know how I feel about McCarthy. I want McCarthy to be the future franchise or whatever. But for me, I'm just going to be honest to a point of being like, I want my team to win regardless. That's what I want them to do regardless, right? I don't like what's going on in the media with the quarterback competition whatsoever. They're just making it to what it is. But I'm just going to keep my gripe going throughout this whole offseason. I'm going to keep stressing my opinion on how I feel about the whole offseason. But when the shit starts day one, that first game, I got to lock in as a fan. I got to lock in as a fan and not be a fan that's going to be detrimental to this team. I'm not going to be one of those fans that's going to be like, just because I don't like the Kyler Murray situation, I'm not going to get on here and point out everything he does wrong when the actual games mean something. Because that's hard for me to support it. Because I wouldn't want people to do that to McCarthy if he's a starter. You get what I'm saying? He makes a bad play. Oh, this is why I felt the same way. So I just feel like as a fan, I just want to be honest with everybody out there. Like, going forward, when the season starts, whoever the quarterback is, I'm locking in. I'm going to give my opinion on what I feel of that actual game, but you're not going to get more into depth of like, oh, we got to because this shit is getting played out. So go ahead. How you feel about that, TB?
It's old. It's also the offseason.
Oh, somebody got an echo. I think that's probably you, T.
No, I'm good.
Nah, that's you. Let me see. Say something, Tony.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, no echo now.
Okay.
How about now? Yeah,
can you hear me?
Got an echo.
Yeah, we still got an echo, T.
That's you, T. You got I don't know what you got going over there. What up, Dale? Yeah, let him fix that. But go ahead, Tony.
It's off season, and so
exactly.
OTAs, the press needs something to talk about. Let's just put that out. Mm-hmm. So they're going to bring up, anything they can just to keep eyes on the product and circulating and keep the Vikings in the news. The Vikings are still the news here in the Twin Cities.
Right.
So, but it's old. I mean, if you're not going to talk about football stuff, you're like, well, he's not hanging out with the coaches. He's not sitting in the same room with with Kyler. He's not doing this. That's not a team. Well, guess what? Trust me. Just because you're on a team with somebody doesn't mean you're going to hang out with them 24/7. I've been on enough teams to know that I don't hang out with everybody. Matter of fact, I was the type of player that liked to keep to myself.
Right.
So there's that whole thing. But this whole thing, and now it's ad nauseum up here. Still got an echo.
You still got an echo. Whatever you did, you still got an echo, T.
It's bad up here to the point of they're now saying that the Vikings are going to trade J.J. McCarthy by week 1. I'm like, first of all, J.J.'s not going anywhere because Teasley's not going to jump the gun and trade him.
Right.
Teasley's going to let it play out. This is what people have to understand. You're giving too much clout to Kevin O'Connell. It's not Kevin O'Connell calling the shots anymore. It is Nolan Teasley.
And I just feel like at some point, like we have to start like looking at like what's fact or fiction, because it's just starting to a point where this whole situation with McCarthy is getting to be overblown and becoming way too much.
It's getting to be they're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah, it's really not that. And I just be like, I was looking at it this weekend. People were talking about, oh my God, he's not stretching with the quarterbacks and he's stretching over here. And I just told you off camera, TV, like when I played football, I lifted weights with the linemen. That's what I did. I thought that was better for me because I felt like the receivers and running backs, they play too much.
In other words, D Woods, you hung out with the real players on the field.
I hang out with the dogs. we used to hang out with
the real players.
Hey, I hung out with the dogs, man. So,
but you know what it is, and this goes back to this controversy is self-made.
Yeah, self-made.
This is created by the Vikings, so now they've let this. I mean, this narrative is going to go wherever it's going to go, but they can't stop it.
They can't stop it.
So they've got to deal with it.
Going to try his best to stop it, but the person who created it is going to have to be the one to stop it, and that's Kevin O'Connell. So T, you got everything ready? You got your mic ready? You good, man? No echo?
I should be good. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, can y'all hear me clear?
You a little muffled, but
you're clear. Yeah, we can hear you. We can understand you.
We can understand you.
Okay.
So what you got, man?
I'm gonna say this, and I said this before: where there's smoke, there's fire. If there's heat, there's some smoke. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of people don't like the narrative part, saying like get Jerry out of there, but at the same time, it's like the writing's on the wall. We just got to read it.
And to that, I say, you ever hear the saying, the call is coming from in the house?
That's true. Hey, I just found out not too long ago that AJ Brown was snitching on his team as far as putting stuff out to the media, saying like, hey,
I heard that too. Yeah, that was wild.
So I mean, it could be the far the players saying that stuff though. I know TV saying like it could be KOC, but from what AJ Brown was saying, like you would never thought he would say, hey, it's like you never thought you would hear your own players throwing y'all on the bus just trying to make y'all better and whatever. But so it's like, why would you do that?
Oh, there's a lot of backstabbing in the NFL. That's on all levels. I kind of got an idea the full extent of it, but I'm learning more and more every day. So, but a lot of it is like I say, it is self-inflicted. The call's coming from in the house, and the arsonist is in the house setting the fires.
I just feel like T, there's you got to look at it as this though, right? This team has been a soap opera all offseason. It has been. It's been a telenovela. That's basically what it is, right? And I just feel like some of the stuff that comes out, like it doesn't necessarily actually make sense and actually jive with long-term goals for the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yeah. This team has been a soap opera
for a long time,
since the Denny Green days.
Yeah,
right. It's been like this for a while.
Then it's been for a while. I just feel
it's put it this way. if this team didn't have the soap opera aspect, they wouldn't be in the news at all, which is probably a good thing. But then nobody would be talking about them either.
Exactly. So I'm gonna shift real quick before I get back to my point, because I want to ask Tony this, and I hope Dale, if you in the chat, I want you to actually comment on this and let me know your opinion. So this is a basketball question for all the Minnesota Vikings and Timberwolves fans, right? Last year, we just seen Sam Darnold leave the Vikings and go win a Super Bowl.
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it with Karl Anthony Towns.
Y'all about to see that with Karl Anthony Towns. So, how I'm bringing it back to the situation is, JJ McCarthy would be the next one if you decide to move on for him. And I'm not saying he gonna win a Super Bowl off top, but I'm saying sometimes you have to be patient. And I always felt Karl Anthony Towns was a little soft. He had all the tools in the shed, but just didn't know when to use them. But what I'm seeing from Karl Anthony Towns within this playoffs with the Knicks is he actually became the player we thought he was when the Minnesota Timberwolves drafted him number 1 overall. You get what I'm saying? Like we see that.
And also, Cat was hurt a lot up here.
Exactly. He was hurt a lot.
And you know
what?
When you say Cat was hurt a lot, now JJ's hurt a lot.
Yeah. You get what I'm
saying?
I gotta tell you,
but you can't fall into that narrative though. You can't fall into that narrative saying like because one person did it and another person gonna do the same thing. You can't fall into that.
CT, but you gotta get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
our Minnesota team's quick to give up on players.
And then they be mad when those players go other places and be successful. Just like with Sam Darnold last year. We knew what the situation was. We knew Sam Darnold was a rental for a year because they've already knew they was going to draft McCarthy, right? Karl Anthony Towns actually was here for years. He started his career there, but he never got to the epitome of where he wanted to be because it was always the team wasn't good around him. They got Anthony Edwards to come in and be the face of the franchise and the actual star, and he has his own problems outside the court or whatever. And Karl Anthony Towns was this talent that everybody knew was going to be good. I can't meet nobody that says Karl Anthony Towns didn't have the potential to be a great player in the NBA, but he just wasn't that in Minnesota. But now we're seeing that on display with the Knicks, and they're in the finals. They're 2-0 right now. They got 2 more games to get in the finals. I was just asking Tony and every Viking fan, Minnesota fan out here, like, this is why sometimes you gotta be patient, bro.
Here's the thing with Minnesota. The whole thing with Cat was you had Anthony Edwards up here, so you couldn't have them both. They didn't want to pay both of them.
Right.
So that was a big thing. Money is always a big thing. Now the Sam Darnold thing, okay, Sam caught lightning in a bottle, went to the right franchise and got a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So everything fell into place at the right time. Cat might also get a title in basketball. It happened it fell into place. Okay.
Yep.
The whole thing with JJ McCarthy is you're giving up on him after 10 games.
Before it even starts.
He's already behind the 8 ball because of who he has as a head coach and as a quarterback coach.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody who's willing to really take that time and work with him because, yes, the kid got a lot of flaws, but he's got a lot of that it factor too. So what'll happen is what probably happens is if they do trade him, we'll see what Teasley does, but if they do trade him, they'll probably trade him to a team that's going to invest some time in him.
Yep.
And work out the problems that are they're going to invest in him where KOC will not invest. And when I say KOC will not invest, that's probably because KOC doesn't know how to make him that quarterback.
And I gotta say this though,
he never had that gig. He never had that gig with any teams. Never.
Nah, he was just off
any of the teams he was with.
And I gotta say this, TB, and I'm gonna let T go next because I know he's gonna have a rebuttal on this. This is what I've noticed, and this is my honest assessment. This is what I've noticed about the whole split with the JJ McCarthy versus Kyler Murray situation. Me as a Viking fan, right? I want McCarthy to play for obvious reasons, right? But people like me who are Team McCarthy or whatever and don't really like the Kyler Murray situation, not as the player, but just the situation, we're not rooting initially against Murray. We're not rooting against, Murray's talent. We're not saying it's an unfair competition. We never said that. You get what I'm saying? We want a competition. We want him to succeed. We want him to go through all this shit. We're not saying that. But for the Murray fans, JJ's ass. You get what I'm saying? JJ's ass. He can't play. He's always hurt. Blah, blah, blah. You never hear us say that shit. You hear me come on here and I say it. It's not Kyler Murray that I'm upset with. I'm upset with the situation. When it's concerning the actual, competition, I'm not hearing saying like, oh, he should get this reps or that reps. The reps are split. So we cool with it. We are cool with the situation. It's these Murray fans that can't get with the situation that it is a competition, that both quarterbacks might do one thing better than the other. And I even take it this far, Tony. Us fans that are on the McCarthy side, if McCarthy loses, you won't hear shit about it from us. We'll probably come on here and be like, damn, my boy he ain't ready yet. Moving on. You feel me? But you got the Murray guys, derogatory. He ass.
You know why that is, D Woods? The problem with that is because they will die on the hill.
Yeah. So let's let the Murray guys say we gotta say, why is it? Why is that? Why is that, T? We don't.
Hey, wait. You said the Murray guys. Zoe ain't up here right now.
No. He might come on here, but I'm just saying the Murray guys. All I'm saying is though, look, we don't bash Murray. We just want a fair competition. Whatever happens.
Oh, you guys have bashed him before. Don't go there. You guys have bashed him before.
I'm not gonna lie. I've bashed Kyler Murray, but also, but you know what though? I don't like quarterbacks.
I bashed him because y'all can't have my boys. So,
I don't like quarterbacks.
When you don't third, I throw a rock. Put it like that. So
and when you throw a rock, I got to come back with a boulder.
Hey, then I'm gonna come with an avalanche. We can keep on going.
Forget you. I'm just bringing a bazooka.
so T, since you a Murray guy, why are y'all so derogatory towards JJ?
It's not that I'm a Murray guy. I just want the best person to win. You know what I mean?
I don't think
I do, and I'm saying this right now, and I'm saying this to you guys also. It's like I do. You can go ahead and clip this, but I'm just saying it's like I want the best person to win because from what I'm seeing in cars and OTAs, Kyler's running away with this hands down. As far as on the field and off the field, he's running away with this hands down. So like you want your quarterback to have a certain stature to himself. I'm not talking about his height. It ain't too much height difference between JJ and Kyler. It's maybe a couple inches. But as far as I want my go ahead.
It's an OTA. You could probably run away with it in an OTA.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody else.
OTA.
It's basically just it's just 7-on-7 passing routes, no contact. He ain't got to read.
Let me say this though, TB, because he's talking about OTAs. I want him to get back to his point. Kyler Murray had a situation to where he threw 2 interceptions. JJ hasn't it, but you don't hear about that as much. But if JJ would have did it, it would have been all over the media. That's what I'm saying. It's like call it shit.
But wait a minute. But you also have to put in accountability that this is the first time he's working with this offense.
There goes the excuse. No,
it's not an excuse. But I'm just saying. But you have to look at both sides. You have to look at
I heard Todd Monken. I think. Well, I'm not sure. I don't want to get the guys mixed up. I heard the coach of the Cleveland Browns call out his quarterbacks for throwing interceptions in OTA. He basically said, I don't know why they throw interceptions. It's OTAs. Nobody's coming at you. Nobody's about to sack you. Why are you throwing interceptions? All I'm saying, T, is I'm calling the Murray fans out on this shit. Y'all are too derogatory.
But again, you have to look at it from both sides though, because you can't just look at it from one side and say, "Oh, well, you going to." But you got to remember, he's never been with this offense before.
Okay, let me say this though: how many years has Kyler Murray been in the league?
It doesn't matter how long you've been in the league. It's how long you've been talking.
Answer the question, because my rebuttal has a backup to it. Kyler Murray has been in the league for 7 years. We got reports that come out that Kyler Murray has absorbed this offense really, really fast, right? So that means he's learning. So when he throws an interception in OTAs, all right, I don't really give a shit about interceptions in OTAs like that. It doesn't bother me because you got to work it out of you. All I'm saying is this, though. When I come at a Murray fan and say, yo, why is he throwing interceptions? JJ hasn't. Y'all first thing y'all say is, oh, he doesn't know the offense. Y'all make an excuse. But when it's my boy, y'all be like, oh, he's ass.
Okay, but let me ask you this question. Since you want to ask the question about me, why is he throwing hospital balls?
Huh?
Why is he throwing hospital balls to wide receivers?
That wasn't a hospital ball.
No, he's been throwing hospital balls
So T, the thing about me is I'll read different reports from different reporters. I watch different videos from different analysts, and what I've got from the guys that I trust their opinion on, they're basically saying this. Kyler Murray looks like a veteran quarterback right now down the stretch of OTAs. JJ McCarthy has made a stride to be a better quarterback, but he's still learning, right? I have nothing wrong with that. But you get guys like y'all be like, oh, he's throwing hospital balls. He's ass or whatever. That's not
what you just said the same narrative, though. You just said he's throwing 2 interceptions OTA.
Okay, I
gotta go to not McCarthy.
That's what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying McCarthy throwing hospital balls to receivers doing OTA.
D Woods, let me piggyback off of what you said, and I would say this to all the people who are Kyler people. Okay, y'all get on JJ for whatever the reason is.
Yep, any reason.
And Kyler is this great friggin' quarterback. Here's my problem, and this has always been my problem, and none of you Kyler fans will come out and say that's true. And this should bother you more than anything. The head coach has come out in public and told you that he is going to dumb down the playbook for Kyler Murray, but he would not do it for his number 1 drafted franchise quarterback. He's going to make this concession for Kyler Murray, but he's watched JJ McCarthy, see what JJ does and doesn't do well, and he's not going to dumb down his playbook for him, but he's going to do it for a veteran like Kyler Murray.
But he did. But I mean, Brad said it last week, and he did do it toward the end of the season and like that.
No. Hold on. Stop with the excuses. He didn't do it at the beginning of the year. He did it when his ass was on the line. That's when he decided, or somebody got in his ear in that front office, you need to do something to change that playbook for JJ McCarthy. He waited until his ass was almost out of a job. Now his job is on the line. Now he's bringing in Kyler Murray as a hired gun. That's the only reason Kyler Murray.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with DB, but I agree.
So look though, T.
Why can nobody get on KLC's case? Why is everybody getting on JJ McCarthy's case? You need to put the blame where the blame is, and that blame should be solely. It shouldn't be on Kyler. It shouldn't be on JJ McCarthy. It should be on Kevin O'Connell.
I agree. He should take a lot of heat from it.
Hey, though, Tony, look, and to talk about what TB was saying, right? Look, he changed the offense. He dumbed it down, wherever you want to put it, at the end of the season after he got embarrassed in Seattle. He got embarrassed. It was a straight donut game. After that was when he changed the offense. Why didn't he start the offense at the base level the beginning of the season and then work your way up to it? You get what I'm saying? But then now, since he's in a situation where he has to save his job, now he wants to start at the baseline. You're working. You're backwards. Yeah. You shouldn't have did that from the jump with this guy. And what I'm saying is, and I want to make this point with Dell, because I love what Dell said about if you think Kyler Murray is vastly better than JJ McCarthy right now. Like, I don't think that's the case. I think they're actually both competing. I just hate the fact that everything McCarthy does is overblown. Just like and I'm gonna say y'all, because T, you part of it. Y'all call out McCarthy for the dumbest shit, but then when y'all wrong, y'all don't say nothing about it. Y'all be like, oh, whatever, right? We heard we heard for a whole couple of hours yesterday. Oh, McCarthy left practice abruptly because he was mad and blah blah blah, right? Just to come out and find out he left like that because he had golf scheduled with some of his teammates. But then when y'all hear that and it's the truth, it's like, oh.
I didn't even know nothing about that, so I didn't even know. So that's all. That's definitely.
And one thing too, like I love this part of it. This is one that y'all Murray fans don't want to say. Y'all got mad at McCarthy for telling the truth about how he felt, how his feelings felt about the whole Murray situation, about the one side, whatever, right? So you give Kevin O'Connell, and I'm gonna give Kevin O'Connell credit for this. He came out and said, I want that in my quarterback. It's a competition. He should feel some type of way. But y'all was mad about it.
Again, me and you talked about this, and TV, I'm glad you said what I said to D was, I didn't hear. Hold on.
I'm not done. Look, listen to what I'm saying though. The boy got up there and he told the truth, how he felt about the situation, and y'all for a whole couple of days talked dirty about him, talked shit about him, was mad, called him all kind of shit, like he was immature, all this, right? For the head coach to come out and say, I want that in my quarterback. We are actually in a quarterback competition. I would be more upset if he didn't take it that way. Like, what are y'all doing, man?
So wait a minute. I'm glad you brought that up. So this is what I said. This is what I said to D Wills about the whole situation. It ain't no excuse, because I'm gonna tell you what I said. This is what I said to him. This is what I said to him. I said what he said was the truth, but how he said it made a big difference. Because what he's, like I said, I didn't have a problem with what he said. It's just how he said it. And I brought up the fact that he's married, I was married. I'm pretty sure you was married before too. You can say something to your wife and make perfect sense to you, but when it comes to her, you be like, oh, why'd you say it to me like that way? Even though you said it to me the truth, you could have said it to me a different way. That's what I'm saying to D Woods so far with this whole situation. But
that doesn't, no.
What he said was the truth, and I agree with what he said is the truth. But it's just how you say it on a professional manner shows that it makes a whole big issue for her, because when you don't be professional, people tend to blow the things up and make things worse than it is.
So that's exactly what I'm saying.
But the head coach never said anything about him being unprofessional. The head coach never said anything about him being immature. The head coach actually commended what he said, because he wants his quarterback to have that kind of moxie in that quarterback room, especially when they got.
Yeah, he wants him to keep fighting for the job.
To my point,
that's what it is. He wants him to keep fighting for it. To my point. If you care about your job enough to say, I'm bringing somebody in, do you care enough about your job to fight for it?
So to my point, y'all was wrong again, because everything you said, the head coach didn't really care about it. He even said,
I'm telling you what I said. I don't care what KLC had to say about the situation. I'm telling what I said.
Go ahead, TJ.
Okay, I got a question, D Woods. Now that you mentioned that, I didn't hear the whole presser because I can't listen to KLC's presser. It's just number word salad to me. So when he said that,
let me bring it. Let me find it.
I'm going to ask you both a question. Do you think Teasley talked to him about that?
I think Teasley already told him that all this stuff in the media with McCarthy, we can't have that. Basically, we need to dumb it down to the point of you need to be more professional when you talk about your quarterbacks.
So basically, the arsonist has to put out the fire that he created.
That's what we said earlier. That's what we said earlier. Like, that's what I'm saying. And this is why the title is what it is. This is why I had to come on here this Saturday. I got another live in a couple of hours after this one with, I'm going to be a guest host on the Real to Real Sports. But I'm just saying, I have to call it for what it is.
But TV, since she said that and I said my point, do you agree with my situation? You don't have to or not, but do you agree with me saying that even though he said what he said was the truth, it's just how he said it in the direct and the manner, and especially for the media.
And I'm going to come to T's defense on this one. He had a good point. His point was valid. It was just the wording and the way he said it. And in the press, that's the whole. See, here's the difference. JJ McCarthy, you can tell he says everything from the heart. He's not media savvy. Kyler Murray knows how to speak to the media. He's been in this league 8 years. He was in Arizona, so he's had to really say a lot of his comments to make them media friendly. So he knows how to talk to the media. JJ really doesn't. So JJ is going to say what he feels. And I think, like T said also, the way it came out could be misinterpreted like from anybody. I knew what he was saying. Didn't bother me. But like T said.
It didn't bother me. Like I told you, D Woods, it didn't bother me at all for what he said.
No, it didn't bother me. I was glad to hear it. But like T said, he brings up a good analogy. You say something to your wife, she's gonna take it completely the other way, and you're gonna be on the couch for a week. So
and you know what? So I have to do this for Norris because I had a post not too long ago where I said everybody want a dog until they get bit. That's what's happening with McCarthy right now. Everybody want that dog until that.
Okay, but what kind of dog you do? Chihuahua?
No,
ain't no dog.
He told you.
What though? T, the smallest dog's got the biggest bite.
Hey, but what are chihuahuas for?
Noise.
No.
For show?
No.
You want a chihuahua?
Chihuahuas are hunting dogs. They're able to help hunt the rabbits because they're small enough to go in the rabbit holes to bring the rabbits out.
Well, JJ ain't no hunter right now.
Yeah.
He ain't no hunter right now.
Yeah. And just like Tony said, it ain't about how big the dog is. That dog serve a purpose.
Which is kind of, and now you got to bring this up too. And this is, I'm really thinking about this. We're hearing about JJ McCarthy doing all this stuff with the team, right?
Yeah. Why Kyler has me?
I haven't heard anything out of Kyler.
Me neither.
I'm just saying, if you're going to be on the team, be on the team in one way or another, even if there's like maybe 2 players you hang out with. But I'm not hearing anything about Kyler even doing team functions and all that.
Me neither.
He's Viking now. If he's going to do this stuff, he's got to do it. And it would be, if he could, I know things come up, but what's on your schedule that you can't make arrangements to be with the team?
Right.
If you are a Minnesota Viking, be a Minnesota Viking.
Yeah.
But he looks like and he acts like a hired gun. That's what he is.
He's a mercenary.
Yeah.
We know.
He was brought in here. He was brought in here exclusively to save Kevin O'Connell's job.
Yeah. I just had to get on these Murray fans, man, today, man, because I was a little tight, man. I was tight. I was like, nah, man.
So D, what that video I sent you with Ben talking about as far as could be like if you pay them now, you can get more value out of them and everything like that. So it's like,
okay, look, I'm glad you brought that up though, right? So this is, you know what? I gotta say it the right way. This is what I want people to stop doing. Stop taking shit out of context, right? Don't clip a statement from somebody when they're having a hypothetical conversation about something, and then you clip it, and then you make it seem like that person said X, Y, and Z. The video you sent me, I watched the whole thing front to back, and I watched Ben Lieber a lot. They were having a hypothetical conversation about if. And when you say if is not gospel. If is an if, right? So Ben Lieber went into a whole spiel about if, because if things don't work out and blah, 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 this is what they could do for if they wanted to trade them, blah, blah, blah. But y'all I'm gonna stop saying y'all T, because I don't want to do you like that. But some of y'all Murray fans, y'all take that and be like, oh yeah, Ben Lieber said he's on board for trading McCarthy. He never said he was on board for trading McCarthy. All he said was he could understand that if it actually got to the situation and if they got there, what they can actually get. And I listened to multiple reports Luke Braun had the same scenario too, and he agrees with what I said. Basically, it's fucking bullshit. Y'all make shit up to the point to where anything that comes out, oh, they gotta trade him.
Here's the thing. Let me put this out there too about Mr. Lieber. He is full on media now. He was a former Viking, but he is media. He is also a KFAN shill. So he gets a lot of views and a lot of ears on him to tell his views. The dumbest thing the Minnesota Vikings could do is trade JJ McCarthy right now.
That's career suicide.
That's
suicide.
That's the right there. If Teasley does that out of the box, Teasley might as well just be prepared to not unpack his boxes in his office because he's going to be gone.
Yeah, without a real plan. Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that. The one that's jumping the gun here, the one that does everything on impulse, the one that's got to keep his image is Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the problem. The problem with this team is, and I'm going to be honest with you, we got two problems. One is Kevin O'Connell. The other one is B-Flow. Because they took the power structure and they're the ones that got Kwesi backstabbed and got him out of here.
And that's what I said. Why I said what I said, that if anything goes wrong with this season, if this season is not a success, you got to blame the people who put this season together, because we just hired a GM this week. He got hired last week on Saturday, right? So B-Flow, Brzezinski, Kevin O'Connell, they did the contracts, they did free agency, they did the draft. If this season is not a success, and I'm not saying they win 9 games and they finish 9-8, no playoffs or whatever, right? You got to blame them for this shit. You got to, because they're the ones who put the work in.
Well, here's the deal. If this team is expected to make the playoffs with Murray. This team doesn't make the playoffs or Murray gets hurt, and we're right back to where we were the last 2-3 years as far as the quarterback team goes. That's on Kevin O'Connell.
It's on Kevin O'Connell.
And yes,
so how do you feel about that, T? Because you're a little quiet down there. I mean, what, man? You ain't got Murray stuff today or what? What's going on, bro? I'm waiting for you.
I'm sitting listening.
I was waiting for Zoe to come here so I can flame him too, because I was being nice. I'm gonna tell Zoe this right now. We was on Let's Go last night. I was being nice. So today, gloves is off. So
you can have no problems about how you want to. It don't matter to me.
You want to come here?
You got to let
But my thing is like I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with anything what you guys are saying. It just I want to ask this question for TB.
Okay.
Yeah, me and you did what already talked about this, but I want to ask TB.
Okay.
If let's say Murray is presumed the starter going forward, which everybody thinks he's going to be.
Yeah.
Going forward, let's say he does have some kind of an injury, he's out for 1 or 2 games. Now, does KOC put in Wentz or does he put in McCarthy?
And that's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question, because how much is their relationship fractured? Right. And he's got Wentz there, who really is a type of quarterback that he wants for his offense.
Right.
So
I told this to D Wood. I said, if anything happened to Murray for let's say about maybe 3 or 4 games, Wentz is going to be that number 2 guy, and JJ is going to be bumped down to 3 because his relationship with KOC. And Will was like, "Nah, that's not the case at all. They're going to put McCarthy in." I said, "No, because they brought him back for a reason."
I will say this though, and I agree with what you're saying. I will say this though. KOC now has a boss. So Teasley could be the one to bring him into his office and tell him to play McCarthy and see what we have with this kid. Because he's got to see, Teasley's got to see McCarthy himself.
Right.
He's going to move on from him. You know what you got in Wentz. But we don't know, because he damn near got Wentz killed last year. So we don't know how Wentz is coming back from that injury.
So what was the question T asked? I hope he's not saying McCarthy and Wentz are in the competition again. Did he say
No,
like
the question he asked was if Kyler Murray does get hurt, and this is where I agree with T because the JJ KOC relationship is fractured. And I brought this up too. You guys might remember it. Who's to say that the starter is Murray, your second quarterback is Wentz, and then that emergency quarterback is JJ?
Right.
KOC is such, KOC's ego. You can't crush his ego. It would be coaching suicide because here's the deal now. You can't do that. You probably could have did it if Rob was here. Nolan Teasley needs to know what he has on this team.
Or you could do it with Kwesi was here too. And that's the thing. That's the thing that I told Tony. We had a conversation. I said the one thing that Brian Flores and Kevin O'Connell didn't really look at, they were trying to prop up Rob so much so Rob can get the job, in my opinion.
Because Rob would do what they wanted to do.
Rob would do what they wanted to do, and they could run over him. But then they kind of switched on them. And I give the Wills credit for actually hiring somebody outside of the organization that had no ties, because now when the people never even talked about this though, right? People never even talked about this, that when the structure was built and they asked that question, they never said anything about Brian Flores. So that means Brian Flores has to go to Kevin O'Connell to get to the general manager, to get to the owners.
Well, you know what's funny? D, you brought that up. I was told through sources now that it wasn't only KOC that wanted Kwesi gone. It was Brian Flores. Brian Flores for it the most.
Yeah, Flores didn't want to. He didn't want to be under them. What up, Zoe? What you doing, man?
What up,
What you doing, bro? I'm happy to see you today, man. Good to see you today.
It's a trap, Joe. It's a trap. He's talking about Kyler Murray, guys.
That's my brother from another.
Trap, Joe. Hold on, before you say anything, it's a trap.
Yeah, you know.
He's trying to come at me.
You know,
had to come back with a 1-2 with him. He coming back at me.
You know what it is. You know what it is, man. Huh?
What happened?
What? No, I just told everybody.
He on this Kyler Murray. He on this Kyler Murray trip.
When we got on, I said I was being nice yesterday, man. I was being nice. We was on. Hey. So you know how it is when you got company over, you gonna be on your best behavior. We had company over last night, man. You know,
we did. We did.
I was on my best behavior, but now we home. We home now. So we ain't in public no more.
So what's going on with Kyler? What'd he do? What happened?
Nah, it doesn't go on with Kyler Murray.
No, just a general discussion. Just a general
discussion. General discussion.
This Woods over there being a hater.
that sounds about right.
How about being a hater?
What he saying? JJ better?
No, see, this is what I explained it though. So, and I think Zoe going to agreement with this. I said, why some of the people who want Kyler Murray to start so bad, they tend to criticize everything McCarthy does. He ain't stretching with the team. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing that, right? But for people who really follow the team and want what's best for the team, all we asking for is let the best man win. Shit, if McCarthy don't win, we ain't gonna complain. At least we had a competition. You feel me? Like, we ain't gonna do that. But you get motherfuckers to be like, oh, JJ's ass. He sucked. We gotta trade him. Like, nah. Just like you said, Zoe, if he lose a competition, then maybe he wasn't ready this year. And you know, I said it last night. Like, week one, I can't complain no more. I gotta roll with what's going on. But you get the other cats on the other end, they be like, they just got a dog. They got a dog McCarthy for everything, and I'm not doing that shit.
That because they already gave up on JJ and they don't like him no more.
It's also because the head coach has been negative on JJ too.
Exactly.
And for some reason, with Viking fans, KOC is like a god. He's got that god factor with this fan base, and I don't know why. He can do no wrong. He can say no wrong. He's just this genius of a coach. And if you give him the right quarterback, he's going to win a Super Bowl, which I don't see happening, but that's just me. But they have him up here. Basically, he can walk on. If you took him out to one of these lakes, He'd walk across that motherfucker 3-4 times and then do a sprint across it.
Yeah, hey, though, Norris, I get you. I'm just saying though, man, like me as a fan though, man, I just don't get that, and that's probably one of the reasons why like I really roll with McCarthy, because I see people with the bullshit like, all right, we in a competition. Let that shit be for what the fuck.
You know what, though, D Woods, you also have to take this into consideration. There's a lot of people in the fan base that really don't know the sport of football.
Nah, I blame Kirk Cousins for this.
They're just casual fans, so they go by the headlines.
Yep.
And when you see the negativity, right away they're going to be like, "Well, he sucks. He's not doing this. He's not doing that." Well, if you read everything you read online, yeah, you're going to hate the guy.
Yeah, though, Norris, it's like everything McCarthy do, they want to be completely negative about. Oh, he's not stretching with the team.
McCarthy can't win.
He can't do nothing. It's like, but you never hear some of the fan base be like, oh, X, Y, and Z about Murray.
I got one for you here though, D Woods and T and Zoe, all of you. When's the last time you heard Kevin O'Connell give JJ a compliment?
He did at his last presser.
Yeah, his last press conference he did. Yeah,
fourth last presser this whole offseason.
Did
you hear him compliment him at all?
No. It's always been it's always been some bullshit.
And if I'm JJ, you know what? You're talking about me without, you're supposed to be my head coach. I'm supposed to be your QB1, but you're literally throwing me under the bus because of what happened with your playbook.
Yep.
So if I'm JJ McCarthy and I'm a grown-ass man, I'm going to feel some sort of way about that. Why would I want to be around?
No, we can't hear you, man. You underwater right now. You underwater right now.
I mean, you gotta kind of think about it that way. If I'm JJ McCarthy, I'm feeling slighted. And then, you bring in your hired gun and you've anointed him your savior. What the hell?
What the hell?
I gave you a record last year for meaningless games. You finished above 500 to make your record look fucking better than it should be.
Yep, that pretty much kept your job because it could have been.
You kept your job because I won 4 meaningless games, and then I don't even count Max Brosmer, but he did. So I mean, it's like you've had this. This is all.
So on here twice.
You throw me under.
Why is Zoe on there twice?
Yeah, why is Zoe?
I don't know. He trying to have.
Zoe trying to monopolize it. He tried to take over.
Yeah. Zoe on here twice. There we go. We got that one going. There we go.
Now he's froze.
Now he froze. Zoe, you gotta get to your computer or something, man. You freeze it, man. I thought Dre was on here with the freezing and shit. That's you down. Hey, yeah, I think it says this dude named Caesar. There we go. Let me bump that one out.
I mean, if there's plenty of there's a lot of blame to go around, but I think you need to start looking inside the house for the blame and where the calls are coming from.
What you got, Solo?
Huh?
Oh, okay. You good now.
So just out enjoying the weather.
I know,
Yeah, but Wood, to what you said earlier about the fan base on JJ, all JJ McCarthy got to do, get in there, ball out. All the story's gonna end.
That's it.
That's all he got to do.
That's all he got to do. So I'm waiting to see it happen. I hope he gets that opportunity.
You know what though? But the part is he's got to get in there and ball out. But KOC is going to make sure as much as he can that it don't happen. I think at this point, ball out. I
think at this point, Kevin O'Connell, I don't want to wish anything bad on Murray. Like I don't want to call it injury situation. Let's just say Murray plays bad and he has no choice but to bring in JJ McCarthy, right? And McCarthy, to Zoe's point, goes out there, balls out, win a couple of games. I don't think Kevin O'Connell gonna have no gripe about that because that'd be kind of like Jeff Fisher and Vince Young. Vince Young saved Jeff Fisher's job multiple times.
You know what's funny? Once again, JJ McCarthy will probably save KOC's ass.
And then you see what I believe McCarthy is. I don't think McCarthy is a shit taker. I don't think McCarthy is a person. He seems like a person that's like really intense and extremely honest. And sometimes that fucks up the establishment up top, the hierarchy, because McCarthy is probably like, well, fuck it then. Just like how when he told Kevin O'Connell, man, get out the way. You ain't playing.
And then we haven't had that type of quarterback up here probably since not even Dante, before Dante. Honestly, since Tommy Kramer, that's been damn near 40 years.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm gonna keep saying this. I blame Kirk Cousins for all this. Kirk, you my boy, but I blame you for all this shit.
He set this franchise back.
Because I blame Kirk because
they coddled him.
Not that they coddled him. Kirk was probably one of the first times Minnesota was actually split on a quarterback, and we haven't got back towards that point again. You know what I'm saying? Like when we had Dante, everybody was running with Dante. When we had Favre, everybody knew it was a one-off season. Let's try to win a Super Bowl, right? But Kirk came here.
You know what, D Woods? I got to tell you something. Living up here, they're split on Kirk for one reason and one reason only, and it ain't even about football. It's political.
See, that's why I'm still blaming Kirk. So I just feel like he split the fan base, and this fan base has never repaired to be on one accord, like with a quarterback since then. Think about that shit though, right? Sam Darnold came. I came on. I forgot what platform on, probably mine. And Zoe know this shit. I said, man, Sam Darnold gonna ball. Didn't I call that? Didn't I call it Zoe? Said Sam gonna ball. Motherfuckers came at me. Oh, that shit is dumb. Sam's ass. But what's that? Sam gonna ball, right? Then Sam has a good season. Sam leaves. Now the same people that said Sam was gonna be ass won't Sam back. Then McCarthy plays when everybody said they wanted a rookie quarterback. Now they don't want him to play. Like ever since Kirk, in my opinion, we've been too split, man. We need Vikings therapy. Vikings should be paying for our therapy sessions, bro.
You ain't lying.
Well, no, you know what? This current generation of fans needs therapy. It's the thing is, and then when Kirk was out there were Viking fans that were like, "Bring Kirk back."
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, it's
exactly. Oh, who got an echo? Is that T again? T, that you, man?
No,
that's got to be so.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
Let me see. T. Okay, no mute. Hello. There we go. Oh, it's going now. Let's go now.
Okay, that's because you muted Zoe. Okay. So, but I mean, it's just Viking fans are just fickle anyway.
They just fickle anyway, man.
The bar is low as far as success goes.
And I'm just saying, is if McCarthy get the opportunity to go out there and win a couple of games, all y'all fans that said he was ass, y'all gonna love him.
But you know what, D Woods, I got to be honest with you. I just don't trust KOC to give him that chance.
I trust Teasley because he gonna.
I trust Teasley more than I trust KOC.
You're gonna have to force the issue. You don't have to.
Yeah, and it's because Teasley needs to see what he's got with this guy if you're seriously thinking about shipping him off.
So T, what else you got though, man? Because I mean, you got a new mic and everything. You sound a whole lot better right now, man. I want to know what else you got, man. What else you got, man? What else you got?
I don't got anything with you. It's just like I said. I'm with you as far as with everybody what they're saying. It's like it's a waiting at this point. You know, everybody right now is declaring McCarthy as a starter. Some people are saying get JJ out of there because he got a bad attitude as far as him losing his job to Kyler Murray. Me personally, I would skip him to San Diego. I'm not saying, but to the Chargers, reunite him with Harbaugh, let him be a backup to Herbert. Again, that's my personal opinion. But at the same time, it's like, you know, get some draft capital out of him because he's still on the 2-year deal. You got more capital out of him. So, I mean, at the same time, let's see how he does as far as the preseason. If he can win a couple games in preseason and show well in training camp, okay, he can stay on the roster. But if not,
here's my biggest problem. and I bring this to Viking fans. Why do Viking fans have such a problem with young quarterbacks? Why is it always got to be a rented veteran? Why is it always got to be a cast-off to save this team?
Or a mercenary.
Or a mercenary.
When last time we actually had a young quarterback that can actually do something?
Culpepper.
How long did Culpepper last?
6 years.
6 years till he blew his knee out.
I heard.
Okay.
6 years.
But we never seen a quarterback like this as far as with McCarthy, who was asked to do a lot, who's never done too much.
Yeah, we saw a quarterback that was ass, and his name was Christian Ponder, and you hung on to him for 3 years.
And you see how much that went there too, because everybody liked Christian Ponder. Everybody wanted him gone because the way he played. Because he was ass.
I wanted him gone.
Yeah.
The only thing that saved him really was Adrian Peterson. That's the only thing that saved him. But
right, because they ran the ball a lot and they took the ball out of their hand.
And I don't count Teddy because Teddy never really got the chance.
Yeah,
once again,
he only played 1 year.
Yeah.
Right.
But since then, I mean, you moved on from, well, since KOC's been here, he was lucky enough to have Kirk Cousins.
Iron Man Kirk.
He had Iron Man Kirk, but then when he got Jaron Hall, when he got Josh Dobbs, when he got Nick Mullins, who was an interception machine, but he just cannot develop young quarterbacks. But here's the problem. This team is going to have to develop a young quarterback eventually. You can't rely on these friggin' veterans to come in here and save your ass one season, and then they go. It worked for Denny Green till he got Dante, but Denny was smart enough to draft Dante.
So T, let me ask you a question. What is the value of JJ McCarthy right now? I'm not talking about a month from now. What value are you getting for JJ McCarthy today?
That depends on the team. Just offhand, I would say his value is between the 3rd and the 6th round pick.
No, that's too much of a gap. You got to give me more than that, man. That's too much of a gap. You got to.
I mean, you did say with the value. I just said between the 3rd and the 6th.
Yeah,
so.
but a third and a 6th is that's kind of too much of a gap. Now, if you said a 5th and a 6th,
but the problem is with letting JJ go right now. He's only got that 10 games of film. He's only got that 10 games. I'm asking T, because I think T wants to trade McCarthy. But what I'm asking is that the value that you're going to get back from a trade right now, I put McCarthy's value between a 5th or a 6th round pick. That's why you're not getting anything for him.
Yeah, that's nothing on the open market. So what I'm saying is that while it would be better for you to develop him and him to be a quarterback for the future and maybe reevaluate this shit later versus trading him now and you're getting with a 5th round pick back.
Okay, so
that's why I said between the 3rd and a 6th round pick, because you can get a 3rd. You can actually, you know what? You can get a 5th, and then they can turn into a 3rd round pick because how much you playing time.
Here's my question.
But if you get a 5th, it can turn into a 3rd.
If you get a
here's my question for everybody.
It can turn into a 4th. They're not going to jump picks like that. It's not going to they don't do it like that. How the compensation majority works is like, if you trade for, let's say you trade for a 3rd rounder, right? It'd be in a contract in the trade to say, like, if he plays X amount of games or has certain
snaps, right?
Yeah, a certain amount of snaps, then that can go up a round. It ain't gonna go up 2 rounds. Like, that's just not, it ain't gonna go up 2.
Well, as far as, okay, let me rephrase that. As far as we can trade him for a 4th that can turn into a 3rd.
That might be feasible.
Okay, here's my question for everybody on the panel. Who's going to be with the Minnesota Vikings longer, Kevin O'Connell or JJ McCarthy?
JJ McCarthy.
Kevin O'Connell, shit.
I'm saying JJ McCarthy because I want this season to be a success, but there's a lot of things in the background that we don't necessarily talk about, like Brian Flores' defense. Like, and I'm not I'm not dunking on this defense or shitting on it right now. Like, I don't know if this defense, with the holes that it currently has and the teams that we play this year, is going to be that successful like they was last year with relying on more of rookies.
You know what though? We kind of got a light schedule.
But we got better. We got quarterbacks too. We got good quarterbacks that we got to play against. Go ahead, so.
Hey, Wood, let me ask y'all this: by us bringing in the new GM, right? And you made a comment said who will be here longer. What if Kevin O'Connell already told the GM this was Kwesi pick, and I told him this quarterback don't honestly though, for real though. What if he told Teasley?
That's a backdoor shit for the
No, but I'm just saying though, for real though. But look though, JJ out there.
But yeah, goes on to something though. He's on to something.
No, for real though.
I'm not saying he's not wrong. I'm just laughing because that's a doctrine and some backdoor shit. Like, hey, we got a new GM. We want you to meet Teasley. He's like, yo, bro, quarterback over there.
You know what? I'm gonna say something. Good thing you brought that up, Zoe. I'm gonna put this out there.
You can have it.
Teasley, here's the thing. Teasley ain't gonna listen. Teasley's not the type of guy to sit there and take what KOC says to heart.
You know what Teasley will do?
Teasley gonna be on the phone the next day, calling the Niners and talking to Kwesi himself.
Yeah, I believe that too. Or
he probably already did that.
He probably already talked to Kwesi.
Yeah,
but look,
now the knives are in Teasley's back.
Yeah,
that's some shady shit. He like, hey man, the first time they meet, just to let you know, before we get started. That quarterback,
that quarterback
had nothing to do with that shit. That was all.
That wasn't me.
Hey, look,
I went on board with it because I'm a team player.
Yeah. Hey, I got your back, bro. I got your back.
But you know
what? Hey, y'all remember New Jack City? Y'all remember New Jack City? Y'all know New Jack City.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when Ice-T was undercover and he kept telling fucking Nino Brown, "I got your back."
I got your back. I got your back. I got your back.
But I mean, it is. I'll tell you what. The fact that both them two have Mark Wilf number directly, that tells me there's going to be something going to happen. Somebody's going to change it. There's going to be something. And I'm telling you now, KLC looks like one of the shadiest motherfuckers to walk in that building.
Yeah.
He's on. Okay. Let's be honest. KLC on some gangster shit.
I told y'all before he should night.
He running. So always said that shit. He run the Vikings like he should night in the 90s.
Yeah. For real. But for real, hey, just hear me out. If let's say Kyler Murray missed a game because of a tail or whatever case might be, he missed the airplane. But JJ McCarthy go in there, then JJ don't really look good like that. That go back to my thing, like, bro, like, like, he can't throw the ball like I want him to throw the ball. I'm just saying.
Well, my whole thing with KLC is, how are you going to tell somebody to be a successful quarterback when you were a failed quarterback yourself?
I don't know.
And I think that's part of the rift between McCarthy. I think, me personally, when Kevin O'Connell went on there and he talked more about McCarthy missing practice because of the baby. Oh, that shit been going crazy, dude.
My shit?
It's gonna echo.
Yeah, it's you, though. There we go. So I think the rift started with them when Kevin O'Connell got up there and he talked about JJ McCarthy missing practice because of the birth of his child. I think JJ McCarthy didn't like that shit and he told him about it. And ever since then, I think their relationship been kind of fractured because Kevin O'Connell ain't really apologized and he doubled down on that shit multiple times of saying it. Think about this though, y'all. Kevin O'Connell, this is how we know Kevin O'Connell was snake. He went up there and talked about McCarthy missing practice, which is what led to them losing the game in Atlanta. Then when Kwesi got fired, who you think told the reporters that Kwesi wasn't there because the birth of his child? Think about that shit. That came from the same person. Like for real. Kevin O'Connell in the building, like, I got shit on you. I got shit on you. I got shit on you. And I'm the head coach. They always want to talk to me anyway, so I'm gonna go talk and I'm gonna drop dime on all y'all.
But here's a problem with that, D Woods.
Man, Kevin O'Connell might be.
Kevin O'Connell with all that power. Kevin O'Connell effed up because Kevin O'Connell is in the same boat as a certain coach on a team is a team from the East because they got the same damn connection, and the Vikings know that. The Vikings got it covered up to make sure it doesn't come out that any of that happened. So if Kevin O'Connell really wants to abide by motherfuckers, there's somebody in that office saying right now, okay, you got shit on me, I got shit on you.
But I'm just saying though, like it's crazy that Kevin O'Connell is saying these things. Like me personally, even though football, like you want football to be is what it is, you don't come out and say no shit about nobody missing practice because of the birth of their child. That reminds me of back in the day when Brad Childers fined Troy Williamson for going to bury his grandmother, and then the team team had to go in the office and say, "Hey man, you need to rescind that fine." He had to bury his grandmother. Just think if media was what it is right now, Childers would have been motherfucking like, oh man, that's fucked up, right? Like Kevin O'Connell said some fucked up shit about McCarthy.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that, D? When you bring it up, Childers had more power than KLC.
He did
the time. He had way more power than what happened with KLC was KLC came up here. He took the job to call plays. That was his gig. But as time went on, he assumed more power, and it went to his head. And then the wheel started banking on him.
That's why I think if this season is a bad season, we talked about the power structure with the Vikings right now, where Kevin O'Connell and Teasley is going to report directly to Vikings ownership. I believe, this is what I believe. This is just me talking and speculating. I believe if this season is a bad season, the power dynamic will change and everything will be under Teasley. They will hire a head coach that directly reports to him. I just think the power struggle is as it is right now because Kevin O'Connell was here first. That's all it is.
No, here's the thing. When we said, and we all said this, when we said everybody in that building is on notice,
that meant everybody on notice.
That includes KLC, that includes Brian Flores, that includes Ryan Grigson, that includes the training staff, the scouting staff, Kyler Murray, everybody.
That water better be cold.
We could have a completely different looking team next year.
Yep.
Even if they do make the playoffs, that's the thing. They can make the playoffs and get one and done. We're still going to have a completely different looking team next year.
Yeah, we talked about that on Let's Go. I think Kevin O'Connell to save his job. He got to win a playoff game, man.
You know what?
I think
he's going to have to do it on his own. He can't be relying on anybody. Flores ain't going to help him. Let's just put that out.
I don't know what this defense is going to be this year. I really don't know. What up,
I think they're going to be right by what they were last year. I think they're going to be about the same.
Well, we'll see because Flores got his money.
And he got younger guys on his defense now, too.
Yeah, he's got younger, so he could probably do more, especially with the front line. Hopefully we might see more 4-3, more 4-2, more 4-1-6, more, because you got the lineman now, even with Banks on a snap count, to get him some snaps. So defense, a little worried, but not worried. They do need some secondary help still, especially
what about special teams? Special teams is a concern for me too.
Special teams are concerned because I don't expect Riker to have the year he had last year because he's got different holders.
I think Will actually do better though.
Will the thrill?
I think Will actually be at least a top 5 picker this year.
I want the return game to get better, man. We gotta get something out the
that's one of the
Would you put Claiborne on kick returns?
I think that's what they drafted him for.
Okay.
I think that's what they drafted him for. I think that's going to be his way to get on the field and make this team.
So here's my thing. I don't know if you guys are hearing this either. I'm starting to think the more I look into it, Dylan Bell is going to make this team as a 4th wide receiver.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think the one that's on the bubble is probably Ty Felton.
Felton's on the bubble.
Yep.
I think Felton's going to make it. I think Felton's going to be all right.
You think Felton will be okay?
I think it ain't really going to matter with the 4th and 5th guy. I think those two guys will will fan out the receiver room. It'll be Felton and Bell. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think Price makes the team because I think what you're going to get more pop from Claiborne on the punt return and the kickoff.
Yeah, on the punt returns and on the special teams. Yeah, that's where he could use his speed.
Yeah,
does he have any speed? That's another thing.
Yeah, he ran 4.3.
Okay, yeah.
Price.
He can use his speed.
Yeah, he ran a 4.3.
The biggest question mark, offense, especially the offensive line. I mean, center. Yeah, I mean, if you're really going to roll out there with Brandel, good luck.
Yeah, I see your boy's actually saying he's 100%. So,
hey, it's a wait
and see. Darisaw?
Yeah, Darisaw said he's 100%.
He's 100. Darisaw.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it. I want to see him play 5 games consecutively without a snap.
He's gone on record and said this is the best he's ever felt in a long time. So
yeah, I heard that too. And we talking about Christian Darisaw, right?
Yeah, right.
We gotta see it to believe it. For real.
But remember, he downplayed a lot of his stuff for the last couple of years. He downplayed it, but he's actually 100% certain that he can go this time. So
I want to see. I'm gonna keep saying
he hurried back from that knee injury, and I think it was the Vikings.
He came back too soon for that knee injury last year. So
yeah, I think it was the Vikings that hurried him back because they knew they couldn't. School wasn't the answer, and they knew it. But you've got other cats that you need to put out there, and yeah, I've been told they're not that good, but guess what? The one who was evaluating that offensive line is gone, and that's Cooper. You got new eyes on that line. So whatever player didn't fit for Cooper probably works out for the new guy in front. And that's Frank Smith. I know that's him. So
yeah,
he's helping with the offensive line. So there's a lot of questions with this team and they're more than quarterback questions.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We got a lot of questions with this team, way more than quarterback. But quarterback is the thing that's overshadowing everything else.
Because I think with this team, everybody, especially with Viking fans, they figure the defense will be fine. It's Brian Flores. But you don't know that because you've got different players on that defense. Different pieces. So those pieces you got younger, so you're going to have more mistakes.
Yep.
It just happens.
Yeah.
But with the offense, and this is the thing now, KOC, this is his offense going on, year 5?
Year 5.
You need to start asking some questions.
Yep.
Because there are times.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Hypothetical. Keep in mind, I'm saying hypothetical. D Woods. I'm not saying this going to actually happen. If they do trade McCarthy, what team do you see them trading him to, and for what value?
Let me think.
Because I got 2 teams in mind that I have to see.
Let me think. I'm thinking. Tampa will be one of them because Baker's on his last. Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Because Baker's on his last year.
And they're going to have a new head coach too. Bowles will probably be gone.
Bowles will probably be gone. So Tampa will be one. Let me think of another team. Yeah.
What value will you think Tampa will give up for?
I say right now he's a 5th round. He'll give you a 5th round pick. You get a 5th round pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
DB, what you got?
Hey, you know what? First off, Zoe, you are completely right about this shit. You got people trying to trade McCarthy. Anthony Richardson and Will Levis are still with their teams, and they can't get trades. And they actually played more,
to me,
and they played more than McCarthy.
To me, I've seen more out of them two than McCarthy, and I still think they're both ass.
Yeah, they played exactly. They played more. So y'all trying to trade a guy that only got 10 stars. And T, to your point though, I gotta say this, right? If somebody clipped this shit right now, they can make it to seem look like I'm trying to trade McCarthy. Because you asked the question, and I'm answering the question. I'm doing it.
But I also did say hypothetically though.
What I'm telling you is that's how shit get crazy because they get clipped, and then next thing you know, D Wood said he wanted to trade McCarthy. That's how that shit work.
I'm gonna put this out there, guys. He's not going to be traded to him, but I could see down the line if he don't work with the Vikings, I could see JJ McCarthy end up with the Lions.
What would the value be?
Well, he would definitely. Well, see, we're not going to trade him to the Lions. So, but if somebody was going to trade him, depending on what he did, somewhere between a fourth, maybe a fourth. If he's still riding the pine, fourth. If he's starting but just an average starter.
And TV, don't never say never, because we got Hawkinson from Detroit, and nobody thought we'd see Detroit and Minnesota make this trade. So
I was never a fan of that trade either. But you don't need. Okay, history tells you don't trade in your division.
Right.
We traded Kwesi. The first thing he did was trade in the division. Look what they got.
Right.
James Williams is one of them. So you don't trade in your division. So you're going to have to trade him out of the division. But like off what D Wood said, Tampa Bay could be a fit for him, and they're going to have a new head coach. Somehow I still see him with the Chargers. I can see Harbaugh bringing him in.
For me personally, I can see the Chargers or I can see the Jets.
And he might fit with the Jets.
I can see the Jets because you got Geno. You got Geno as a starter, and who's their backup quarterback behind Geno?
I don't know. So exactly. T, you got to look at it like this though, T, and this is why I think trading McCarthy does not make sense, because I'm looking at the teams right now, and then I'm looking at this year's draft. Teams that want young quarterbacks, they want young quarterbacks that are on cost-effective contracts. If you trade McCarthy, he only has 2 years left. He has 1 year, which is his fourth year. Then he has a fifth-year option that you could actually pick up. Why would you trade for McCarthy when you can just draft a quarterback in next year's draft and have them under team control for 4 to 5 years? And then when you actually look at,
you have more draft capital that way.
No, you won't.
You have more than what you have to offer to move up.
No, you want. Think about it from a team perspective, bro. They're saying there's going to be multiple quarterbacks at the top of the draft this year, right? For all the teams that need quarterbacks. Why would you trade for McCarthy when you have you trade for him? They trade for him. They trade McCarthy this year, right? So they got to pick up his fifth year option next year, when they could just go draft a quarterback next offseason in 2027 and have a quarterback on team control for 4 to 5 years. That's another reason why his value doesn't have anything, because of that aspect of it too. Because he's going to need a contract in a year.
That's the reason why I said I'm with TB and far as trading him to the Chargers, because he got history with Harbaugh. Harbaugh can work with him. Harbaugh knows his strength, his weakness. He can work with him, and they can get good. He can get decent draft capital from him. And from what they said from the Chargers, they said the Chargers going to be in the playoff contenders anyway, so their draft pick is going to be high.
T, you gotta look at stuff a little bit differently, right? So,
I agree with what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but I'm just saying, for me, hypothetically, that's just how I'm putting it.
Yeah, but
I know you're a numbers guy, you a stat guy, and like that. But
because my whole background thing of what I believe in is like, why? Okay, so this is what I want to, why I don't like the charge situation, right? JJ McCarthy. Let's say JJ McCarthy is upset that Kyler Murray is there, right? How the fuck do you think what's his name gonna feel if they trade for McCarthy?
You talking about Herbert?
I think Herbert gonna feel when they trade.
Herbert's there for a long time anyway. Herbert wouldn't care.
So what are you trading them there for?
I think the Chargers, if all else fails, if Herbert doesn't do anything, the Chargers might be trying to ship him, but you're gonna have to find somebody that's gonna take that contract.
That's gonna take that contract. Right. So
yeah.
Why would you I'm just saying though, bro, like trading McCarthy right now it does not make any sense. Like, it just doesn't, man. Like, I think we got to get that out of our system. It's not happening right now. It's not.
I'm not saying it's happening right now, but I'm just saying down the road it could happen.
He did say hypothetically. He did say hypothetically.
No, because next year, after this season, they are going to have to make a decision on his 5th-year option. That's what you're not understanding. Any team is going to have a make. If they trade for him, they are going to have to make a decision on his 5th-year option immediately. So therefore, it's going to be harder to get any compensation for him right now because they don't like look at the contract, bro. He's going to year 3. You got to make a decision on a 5th-year option like year 4. So what I'm saying is though, bro, like you can't just trade that because the team is like, I might as well go in the draft and get a quarterback.
You never know that. That could be Teasley's plan first. I'm gonna bring my own guy in.
But you know what though, with Teasley though, he's one of those guys that he's got to look at his personnel. He's got to look at he's got to before he just gives them away. He's got to know what he's got. And D Woods, you brought this up. D Woods, and it made me thinking. Teasley already knows the book on.
He already knows. That's what they don't want. He already knows.
He already knows the book on.
And guess what? That can go both ways as well because he could be like, look, I saw McCarthy play last year on some of these games. I'm not impressed. I saw Murray play as far as in our division. Yeah, he could have had be dealt a bad hand, but he could be like, hey, I've seen him throughout my whole year, and I know how he plays, and I'm not a fan of it. Okay, cool. We have him for 1 year. Go to the next.
But the thing is, he's seen more Kyler Murray than JJ McCarthy.
Right.
Probably already has it, and he's also been successful against Kyler Murray.
Right.
So he probably already knows Kyler Murray's not the answer. But he doesn't know about JJ McCarthy. And unfortunately, if Kyler stays healthy, you won't see JJ. I just feel that. You won't see him. So right then, Teasley is going to be like, okay, Kyler played all year. Now guess what? Do I pay him or let him walk? But I don't know what I have with JJ. I just know what the coaches tell me.
I'm gonna say this right now, TB and T. Now I know some people ain't gonna like it in the chat, but I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna call it for what it is. All y'all talking about JJ McCarthy getting traded. The one player that's going to get traded next offseason is going to be Justin Jefferson. And this is why I said this. This is why I say that. The Browns altered the contract of Myles Garrett last year to make it easier for him to be traded. The Vikings altered the contract of Christian Darrisaw and Justin Jefferson this season to make it easier for the cap or whatever. But what people don't understand is they can trade for him. They can trade him away and basically be better with the cap. Now, I'm not saying this has anything to do with Justin Jefferson being one of the best players in the league. I'm not saying that. But it comes a time when you are with a franchise for so long, just like with Myles Garrett, they haven't done anything. They haven't done shit. He's been the best defensive player in the league for a long time. Jefferson might want to go somewhere else. He might not publicly ask for a trade. His people might not publicly ask to do it, but they might be standing in the background. Hey, I need to go somewhere else where I can actually play some meaningful games. You'll get more, and I know Zoe in here talking about Trey Addison and shit like that. Who's going to give you more value, Jefferson or Addison? Jefferson. He's a star player. He's a marquee name, shit like that. And we are a franchise that's seen the Vikings trade Percy Harvin. We see them trade Randy
Moss.
You get what I'm saying?
But Randy Moss was at the end of his career just about.
No, he wasn't. No,
at that time, he had about
T, bro.
He wasn't.
Bro, no, do not say that. He just didn't want to play for Oakland.
He didn't want to play for Oakland.
When he took his ass over there to New England, he was the same Randy Moss that made it have been better. So don't say he was at the end of his career. Come on, bro. Like, come on, man. We're not going to
He just put up all pro numbers the year before he got traded.
Like, we're not. Randy Moss was at the end of his career when he played for the Niners. That's when he was at the end of his career. When he played for the Niners. So we ain't going to do that shit. Here come Mr. Trey Addison.
No, I had to get on when T said that shit about Randy Moss, dog.
Oh.
Hey, man, what we doing? What we doing?
Hey, get him, so get him, man.
But
Get
look
him,
though,
man.
Woods, the reason I said Addison is, but ain't Jefferson dead cap hit crazy though?
I can look it up.
That's the only reason I said Addison though. I know you get more for Jefferson though, but
Yeah, I just think that's something what Teasley would do because Teasley he trade DK.
But I think if you get rid of him at a certain time, you actually save money. Only problem is with that is you got to find somebody to take that contract.
Somebody take him. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now.
And plus, the way I look at it too, though, Jefferson is our JSN, like he had in Seattle.
Nah, it'd be Addison or JSN.
No, Addison ain't on there. Hell, you a lot now.
No, because what I'm saying is Addison, because Addison is a number 2. JSN was a number 2, and then he became number 1 when number 1 got traded. That's what I'm saying is Addison. I'm not saying I'm a skill set.
I ain't gonna lie, JSN was nice in college though. He was a dog.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know. Something tells me Dylan Bell's going to make this roster, and he's going to.
Oh yeah, you can do a post June trade and free the cap up.
Yeah,
for real.
How much will you free up?
Like 19.
Oh, that's good. Well, I don't.
But if you
every little bit helps.
But if you do it pre-June, that's when you hit the cap a little bit more. But what I'm saying is they already altered those contracts, bro.
Yeah,
they already altered them. So this is what Cleveland did with Myles Garrett. They altered the contract the year before, paid him all that money up front. Whatever happened last year happened, and
Garrett got a new contract in LA.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody talking about trading JJ McCarthy. I'm just trying to prepare y'all for number 18 not to play here no more because that might be the one thing that can propel our franchise to the future. Because all I'm saying is this though, we ain't won shit with him.
No, I want shit. I've been saying one of them got to go. Shit.
Yeah. Why not trade one of them and get, especially Jefferson, get you maybe a first and a third? Because y'all know me how I trade. I'm not trying to ask for everything. I'm not trying to cripple the team. Let's just get the shit done. Give me a first and third to get it done. I'm cool with that. Just like I call.
But you know what?
Not call out the Bernard trade. Wait. Didn't I say it was going to be a third and a fourth? I was off by a third.
Yeah.
Third, yeah.
I was off by a third.
But the thing is with the Vikings, especially with the Wilfs, it's all about notoriety and marquee too. And Jefferson is marquee. So the one that's probably on is Addison.
But we got a new GM in town that they are leaning on to win a Super Bowl. He's already showed you he don't give a damn about these Asian players. They traded Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf, and they fired Pete Carroll.
And they traded Geno Smith.
I'm telling you, the best move the Wilfs made this whole offseason, in my opinion, was getting a general manager outside of the building.
Because they got a real general manager.
If it would have, let's be real. If Quasi would have kept his job, we wouldn't be talking about this shit. We'd be talking about stat quo. If Rob would have got the
if they just elevated Rob, we'd still be with status quo.
We'd have been talking about the same shit. So I'm just saying though, a lot of stuff we're talking about, we might be talking about it from a perspective of what the Vikings used to do, because we don't know what Teasley gonna do. Look, think about Teasley for example, right? First thing he did was sign 2 receivers. First thing he did, brought 2 receivers in camp, just to make camp a little bit better. We gonna see him slowly but surely change the narrative with this team, and I'm all here for it. Even if it means trading Jefferson away, even if it means trading Addison away, even if it means trading McCarthy away, I'm here for it because this man knows how to win a Super Bowl.
I think he's gonna move on from. KLC.
We seen him move over Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll won that team a Super Bowl.
Ain't been another one.
Yeah. Like, he 1-1 in Super Bowl, and they say, look, Pete, you ain't got it no more. I'm gonna replace you with a young up and coming Pete Carroll because I got another defensive guy. Look, he did it. He liable to fire Kevin O'Connell and bring in somebody else that's a young up and coming offensive mind and pair him with a good defensive person. That can happen.
So let's throw this
I
out.
think he's just gonna wait till this year plays out and start making these kind of decisions. I think he's gonna be like, okay, you know what? It's on here late on the off season. Like, okay, you know what? Let me just sit back and watch this, see what unfolds. If Jefferson has a ball out year, he's gonna stay. If KOC don't make the playoffs,
if you have a ball out, you shit, trade him in.
You know what? Here's the thing with T is right. This year is going to be a watch and learn year for Teasley. So then when the season's over, he's going to have an idea what he wants to do.
He's going to have an idea where he's going.
We're going to have massive house cleaning.
Yep. Massive turnover.
And I'll tell you what, it could start with hell. Flores could be gone.
I think Flores is gone next year. The reason why I think Flores is gone because I think Flores pushed his weight in his front office to get what he wanted, and now he can't do that. I'm gonna try to work this the right way. If Flores is not a happy camper about Teasley being hired and Teasley actually having more cachet and more say so in the building, Flores, you need to settle a lawsuit. That means you're a sucker. That means you're a sucker to me because now you got somebody that's calling you out and you want to leave.
You know who ain't said nothing since Teasley got hired? Flores.
He'll never say nothing though.
True.
That is true. That is true.
True.
Well, you know what? They're even scared to talk to him sometimes. The press is. They don't even want to talk to him. They're literally scared to talk to him.
I don't care if we rebuild this team and be in Super Bowl contention for the next 4 years, everybody can go. I'm talking about the water boy can go. Everybody can go. Shit, the groundskeeper can go. The motherfucker that paint the field can go. Everybody can go. I just want this team to be built the right way. Ain't no whatever ain't screwed down to the bottom of the flow. It can go. It can go. I ain't tripping. Shit, Grigson, KOC, shit, McCarthy.
Yeah, because if y'all think about it though, for real, I know we talked about it before. Like, how long do a new GM play with a head coach he inherited?
A year.
Usually 2 years, but Teasley came in late.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say late, I mean after the draft late, damn near second free agency wave late. So he's got this year, but he might see enough this year to where he's like, this team's not gonna get where it needs to be with Kevin O'Connell. So he might be ready. He might have somebody in mind.
Because you already know he got somebody in mind already.
I'd like to know who.
What head coach said they was taking a year off to do commentating? Was it Tomlin?
Tomlin.
Who's that?
I don't think he won the coach though.
Who? Tomlin?
Mike Tomlin.
Tomlin, yeah, Tomlin. Because didn't Tomlin say he want to take a year off before he actually come back coaching?
Yeah, but Tomlin wants to go into the front office as a GM. He wants that GM.
So we can go with Tomlin then. Because I'm looking at the next coaches that he can bring in to be the next head coach behind KOC. Because you got
somebody he worked in Seattle or we was at before.
You got his old boy as far as McDermott.
You could bring in Kubiak's in with the Raiders.
You could bring it in. You could probably bring in the Raiders OC if you like him enough.
I don't think they I don't think they go offensive. They might go defensive.
Yeah, he might bring somebody off Seattle staff.
Yeah, he might bring in a head coach with defense, but the guy will bring in a more than competent offensive coordinator to call plays.
Yeah,
which is what they need. You take the play calling away from KOC, that would be a big help. You know what?
What about AJ Brown look at?
I can't think of anybody right now that he would even be looking at. And they're going to wait till the season plays out because there's always that hot shot. That's the next big coach.
Oh, so, right. Dude, hey, Sirianni may be going after this year.
Huh?
I'm one of them. Nick Sirianni
may be going after this year.
Oh.
Man, I'm one of them. Nick Sirianni.
I don't want no Nick. I just I don't want no Nick Sirianni. Look,
What's that?
y'all know what that is?
What, a book?
What's that?
That's the AJ Brown book.
Oh.
Oh,
It's the exact same one he was reading on the sideline. Me and Rap had a live with one of them dudes, and I bought the book. It was
What is it about?
Shit, I don't know. Read
Oh,
that.
I thought you read it.
I just bought it.
I thought my bad. I thought you read the book.
No, I got this to fuck with Philly fans.
Oh,
You know, it's a prop. That's it. You want to read it? I'll send it to you.
no, I'm straight.
Hey, what is it doing to tell her how to dry sneeze on your team?
I think that's in the deluxe edition. I don't think it's in that one.
Hey, AJ Brown was wilding in Philly, dog.
He was wild. He was wild, man. Hey, he did an
he
ass
was.
talking to the media like that. Hey, but he in it perfect. He went to the right team. That's the
Yeah.
Patriot way, man. That's the Patriot way.
Hey, he said he grew up a Patriots fan, so you know he gonna ball out.
Hey, he liked the bullshit. He liked the bullshit. Because I heard, I don't know how true this is. Why they was beefing was because he got caught cheating, and fucking Jalen Hurts' wife was told his girl to leave him, and he was on some bullshit after that, and they started beefing.
And plus
Because of
the teammate who
Yeah,
got
was knocking the
trouble with
other
him.
girl down too. Hassan Reddick was knocking her down too.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts knew, and he ain't tell him.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts knew. He didn't tell him. He went to Hurts, and Hurts was like, "Let's talk about football, man."
He said, "Hey, man, I don't know about them. I can't help you on that, bro. I don't know."
Hey, so
damn.
He fit in perfectly with New England. You got the owner getting happy endings after massages. You got the coach, banging reporters. Like, he's perfect in New England, man.
They tripping.
He might go all pro in New England, man. For real.
Fuck, Drake May a damn Boy Scout on that team, ain't he?
Shit, we don't know. Drake May might be doing some shit too. He in New England. We never know shit. Shit, Tom Brady had like 2 baby mamas at the same time and shit when he was in New England.
And one was on TV every week.
Yeah.
He was on TV every damn week.
Tom Brady got 2 baby mamas?
Multiple.
Yeah, one of them is
Tom Brady?
Homegirl, he knocked up homegirl that played on Blue Bloods back in the day.
Yep.
Kept that shit a secret. And then he had just Giselle and another chick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey, the
Tom was getting it in.
I didn't know that.
The Patriots get down. That's why when they were talking about Diggs, I was like, man, Diggs, that's light work. What Tom was doing.
I ain't know that shit about Tom Brady.
Yeah, Brady was out there.
The first time I watched Blue Bloods and I saw old girl, the first thing out of my mouth was, that's Tom Brady's baby mama.
Yeah, that's the chick that played on iRobot with Will Smith. The girl in there,
Bridget Moynihan, that's her name.
So froze again. Let me get him up. He froze. That shit. Wow. But look though,
you know what though? If you think about it, that's all on the East Coast too.
Yep.
Boston, Philly. Only team we ain't hearing out is New York.
But look though, I'm about to get up out of here. I got another live at 4:05, so I'm gonna help my daughter with her computer real quick. But thank y'all for coming on with me, man. Y'all gotta check me out on this other one, man, because I think I'm gonna stream my channel on here too. But anything else y'all want to say, man? T, you got something to say about McCarthy?
I don't know. I mean, but right now, I say what I gotta say. But other than TV, I'm keeping my belt this year, though.
Okay. What you gotta say, TB, before we get up out of here, man?
Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. It's in the works. It's full steam ahead. There will be a Vikings history show again that I will be a part of. Working out the details, working everything out. New co-host, new name. But we're gonna
host it with you.
Huh?
Who hosting? Who gonna host it?
Jedi.
Okay, so you ain't got a co-host yet?
It'll be Jedi's gonna be that moderator type of person.
Okay.
And then it'll be me and my buddy Bill.
Okay, cool.
Talking history. Cool. But we're keeping it alive because that was Catch's baby. And it's gonna have a new name, but it's gonna be in the spirit of Catch. So that will be happening. Give it just before the season starts.
Catch up on history.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, Charles. I'm about to get out of here, man. Let's do it.